When I told you that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild had a secret tribute to former Nintendo president and CEO Satoru Iwata, I didn't tell the whole story. Yes, the game does have a watchman named Botrick who bears a striking resemblance to the beloved industry icon. And that round-faced, spectacle-wearing character does direct the player to a beautiful vista that, on its own, would be a kind tribute to Iwata's memory. But if you look around the area just a little more carefully, there's a few more clues to uncover. Before we get started, heed this warning. This video contains spoilers for both minor points of the game's main story and one of its biggest secrets. Proceed with caution. With that out of the way, here are a few details I left out of my initial look at Breath of the Wild's tribute to Satoru Iwata. Forget for a moment that Botrick wears the same square-rimmed glasses and simple bowl haircut as Nintendo's former president, and read his words. Botrick once linked to explore Satori Mountain, the peak where we found the cherry blossom tree in my last video. There's a reason that name sounds familiar. Satori is a Japanese Buddhist term for enlightenment, and its potential or verb form happens to be a popular name. You guessed it, Satoru. Botrick may be a familiar-looking face, but the mountain itself might be The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's true tribute to Satoru Iwata. Evidence for this mounts as you explore the area. Halfway up the mountain, you can find a small encampment with an extinguished fire pit and a crop of spicy pepper plants surrounding a worn-out, open-faced tent. In front of the camp, there's a rusted shield leaning against a post. Next to it, a worn-out broadsword sticks out of the ground. The camp seems long abandoned by some retired adventurer, but it's not the mountain's only sign of life. The next hill over is covered in apple trees. There's a farmer's pitchfork lying against one of the tree trunks, and a woodcutter's axe on another. This isn't a natural forest, it's somebody's orchard. On their own, neither of these areas are definitive tributes to Satoru Iwata. They're just markers that someone used to live on the slopes of Satori Mountain. Finding out who that used to be, however, might be the ultimate homage to the memory of Nintendo's former president. Every now and then, an eerie green light will shine from behind Satori Peak. If you follow it, you'll find yourself at that very same cherry blossom tree we found in the last video. Except this time, it's not a quiet, serene reflection pond. It's a mystical grove teeming with celestial life. At the center of it all is Botrick's obsession, the Lord of the Mountain. You may have heard of this guy as Breath of the Wild's epic mount, and it's true, he's a lightning-fast, ephemeral steed that's ridiculously hard to catch. But the Lord of the Mountain is so much more than just that. If you're far enough in the game's story to have the Sheikah Slate's camera, you can add him to the Hyrule Compendium, and his entry ties everything together. This noble creature watches over all the animals that make their home in the forest. Legends say that this holy creature is a reincarnation of a sage that died on the lands it now protects. It has an acute awareness of its surroundings, so it seldom appears before people. It's also known by its other name, Satori. Not only did this compendium entry link the Lord of the Mountain to the name of the peak itself, and Satoru Iwata by extension, but it also lays out a clean analogy for Iwata's impact on Nintendo. Satoru Iwata could easily be described as the Lord of Nintendo's Mountain, and the man that watched over the company's creative family. The orchard could represent the fruits of Iwata's efforts at Nintendo. The camp could be a symbol of the living world he left behind. It may be a stretch to some, but it seems obvious to me that the hero who died on Hyrule Satori Mountain to be the reincarnated horse god at its peak represents Satoru Iwata himself. And there you have it. From a familiar-looking watchman protecting the roads of Hyrule to a spirit who serves as a symbolic mirror to the passing of a beloved gaming icon. I could be wrong, but I'm convinced this is Nintendo's tribute to Satoru Iwata. It's a layered, respectful nod to his memory, and I love everything about it. Thanks for joining me as I looked at Nintendo's tribute to Satoru Iwata in Breath of the Wild. If you liked it, please click that subscribe button and share it with your friends. I'll be making more videos soon, and I'd love to share them with you. In the meantime, feel free to check out some of my older videos here. Do you have an idea you'd like to see me dive into? Let me know. I'm pretty new at this YouTube thing, and I'd love to get off on the right foot. Either way, thanks for all your support over the last few days. I never expected that first Iwata video to blow up like it did, but I've had a blast talking with you all. Until next time, Internet, take it easy.